The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Sean.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. Happy Monday. It's the last day of July 31st, and we're going to say it's 5:30 right now. That's another race for us, Steph.
And it's coming in cold and wet and rainy,
Yeah, big storm, and then rain just nonstop.
Yeah, and I'm so thankful that we had such a hot weekend, and that was wonderful. But driving to work this morning, my aftermarket radio CD player thing in this old used car I bought froze. So there was no sound coming out of that thing. And I drove in kind of silence, I guess.
I was going to say, if you are going to drive with no sound coming through, you might as well have it when it's raining outside.
Yeah, it was a whole nother experience. It was quite loud in there, and in a good way. It was quite enjoyable. But I had never noticed. This obviously makes sense. I'm not dumb, but when driving under the underpass, the rain stops. So it was
goodness.
I've just always had music playing, so you never notice these really beautiful things. So it's pouring rain, it's trickling down, so nice, and then yes, that's exactly. Sean, you should do some foray or whatever it is where you make the sound effects for movies. That was perfect. It sounded so great.
I think I've been through it before, so I know.
You've driven in silence before? Well, I'm going to do it all the time when it's raining. It was a wonderful experience. I'm in.
If you need some morning ASMR, just go driving up and down Highway 63 under the underpass.
Yeah, make sure you hit some puddles while you're at it.
My basement suite was very deceiving this weekend on how warm it was outside.
Ooh, are you in one of those damp basements, or what happened?
Damp, not too much. I guess maybe that's not the right word, but just cold. Just maybe it's buried a little bit deeper or something.
And just in your little burrow?
Yeah, a little burrow. That's what we could call it. Yeah, oh my goodness. It was just so nice and chilly down there.
Oh, okay.
A little escape from the heat. Saturday I was out golfing for a long time. Absolutely fantastic. Got a great tan, living it up in the sun. And then Saturday night into Sunday morning, I was just kind of chilling.
In your burrow? In
my burrow. I was burritoed up with all my blankets and everything.
How many B words can we come up with here?
Yeah, just like a burger. No, that doesn't make sense.
Like a beaver or a badger.
Yeah, and so I was being the bachelor that I was.
A bachelor?
And I was watching TV around noon or so, and then I had to go out around 2 o'clock. And so I started getting dressed. I was wearing just sweats, and I had a blanket and a hoodie on and stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a cold basement. It's nice.
It seems like you could tell your landlord to turn it down a bit, turn it up a bit. I mean,
I like it that way though.
Okay.
And I control my own weather.
Oh, your own weather. Wow.
My own ecosystem. And so I was getting ready, and I just put on nicer sweats and a nicer sweater.
Very athleisure of you.
Yeah, to go head out. I was like, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's just check what the weather's like. I was just assuming. I was kind of looking out my windows, and it looked a little cloudy. I was like, it's probably just 20 or so. Check my app. No, 27 outside. I was like, never mind. I've been in this basement for too long. I need to put some shorts on.
Yeah, you're gonna look like you live in a basement if you go out in your sweats like that in 27. People are going to be like, that's a bachelor in a burrow right there.
Yeah, and I'm already a sweaty guy to begin with, so we don't need more on top of that. So thankfully I changed and everything was fine.
My Honda Element found a new home this weekend.
Oh, slowly depleting the little used car lot you have.
I know. We had 5 cars. Now we only have 4. My husband's already looking for a replacement.
Okay, I was going to say he's probably eyeing up that marketplace right now.
And I'm like, please, can we just go back to being 2 people with 2 cars? There's no reason for us to have 5.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're down to 4, thank God. And this Honda Element has served me well. I have loved it. It's such a great adventure vehicle. But we posted it on Marketplace, and multiple people came to look at it, but there was someone from Edmonton who wanted it so bad.
Oh, and you're tailoring to them?
Well, they just kept calling my husband, being like, I can't come till the weekend. Can you hold it for me, please? Can I just come and buy it? And so Saturday was the day he was supposed to come. And he was like, hey, don't give it to anybody else. I promise I'm coming, but I'm helping a friend with something and we're doing a trade. So when we're done doing his task, then he's going to drive me to Fort McMurray.
Is that like a type of thing? You're a veteran in the marketplace. Do you hold like a deposit then? Be like, give me like X amount of dollars and I'll hold it for you?
Sometimes we did do that once with a truck. Somebody gave us $500 to hold it, and then they were like, "Sorry, I can't buy it anymore. Can I have my $500 back?"
No.
Which is like, that's not how a deposit
That's
works.
right.
But we're not jerks, so yeah, sure, you can have it back.
Yeah.
And so then we're just like, this is not
Right.
for us. We're not the deposit
Yeah.
people. But anyway, this guy tells us that he's going to come. He'll probably be in town around 6. We're like, great. Then he says it's going to take him 6 hours to get here from Edmonton.
Sir, you are not in Edmonton.
And so then he says, I think it'll be about 8:30. We're like, okay, fine.
What?
Then he's like, make it 10:30.
Was this last night?
It was Saturday night.
Oh.
We're like, 10:30. That's getting late to
Yeah, that's
pick up the
bedtime.
vehicle. Yeah. Then he texts around 10 and was like, I think it'll be about midnight.
No, that's the cutoff. Has to be.
We're like,
You can still come up, but
where is this man driving from? Like, he cannot
Yeah.
possibly be driving from Edmonton.
you walking here, bud? Or
Then at 1:45,
No.
he texts and said, I'll be there within the next 20 minutes.
you guys are still up? Well, of course you're still up. But...
Well, yeah. Well, we're up waiting for this person who keeps moving the time by 2 hours.
Goodness. Everything's sketchy about it.
Yeah, all of a sudden, this man really wanted this car. He insisted on coming up, but for some reason, he's not getting a hotel and coming in the morning. And I'm like, Sky, to my husband, you're going to get murdered. So I insist that I must stay awake with him. And
Yeah.
I'm laying on the couch and I'm listening to every word that's happening out in the driveway. But the guy seemed friendly enough. And I was like, okay, I'm just watching. He brought 2 other friends with him. So then I was like, what if they throw him in the back of the Element and drive away and I never see my husband again? But it was so late and I was so tired that I guess I fell asleep.
Oh my goodness.
I know. My husband came back in and was like, he was like, I thought you were going to protect me. I was like, did you get attacked? He's fine. Everything's fine. The Element drove away. Goodbye.
You live to see another day and you got the money.
We're both here. Yay.
I saw a man get his butt kicked in public over the weekend.
Like, really bad?
Not a fight. Not a fight. I will say it wasn't a fight, but it might have been one of the funniest things that I've seen in public.
What happened?
I was out with a friend when we were getting ice cream. It was Saturday night.
Okay.
And so
What's
there's...
there to fight about ice cream?
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe they took the last little bit of the flavor left. You know, there could be plenty of things to fight over about it.
Tensions are high.
Ice cream. 2 groups ahead of us. And so first group, family of 5, mom, dad, 3 kids, 3 young kids, probably all around like 8 years old or so.
Okay.
They're buzzing. They're absolutely loving. They're on a sugar high. They're just running around. Okay.
Okay.
Dad in this group is wearing a red shirt and like tan shorts. Okay.
Okay.
A little skinnier. Now, there's the other group in front of us, and it's just another older couple, 2 of them, maybe in their 30s, 40s.
Older couple in their 30s.
Well, older than the group 1.
Okay.
And the dude in this group is also wearing a red shirt and tan shorts.
Oh, no.
A little bigger, but pretty similar. A little
Okay.
bigger, though.
Looks like a State Farm agent is what you're saying.
Yeah. And so group 1, family, like the last of the 5 is getting their ice cream. So a majority of them are now over at the till. Okay. But these kids are just buzzing around. They're absolutely having the best time of their lives. They're getting ice cream.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Saturday night. And so they're kind of moved over. And now group number 2, the dude with the red shirt, also goes and starts looking, and he's bending over looking at the hard ice cream, and he's looking at all the pails and everything. He's trying to decide what he wants so when the order comes he can be ready.
Yeah.
Well, one of the kids that's absolutely buzzing around thinks it's his dad looking at the ice cream pails. And so he winds up his foot. This is the other guy that's not his dad. Is looking down at these pails. He's bent over. His butt is exposed. And this kid,
Oh, no. I can guess what's going to happen.
thinking it's his papa, shoves his foot like right in there. And then this dude, nonchalantly, I command him because he just turns around, looks at the kid and goes, "Oh, ow. Like, what are you doing?" And then the kid looks at him and is like, "Oh, you're not my dad." Runs away after shoving his foot up his, you know what.
So he literally got his butt kicked, is
Oh.
what you're saying.
Literally. And here I am. I'm observing all of this. I am dying laughing in the back. And it was just a nice commotion. But if that was me and someone's kid, as I was bent over looking at my ice cream, got booted, I just would have picked him up, and dropped him down. And
Really?
like, not here. Like, hey, look after this little menace you have running out, okay? Literally kicked my butt type of thing. So anyways, I'm happy I got to observe it all.
Yeah.
Because I've been dying laughing ever since I saw it happen.
And you're happy that your butt is safe, and also that you're not in jail, because I feel like if a kid kicked you in the butt, the guy's reaction that was like, ow, is a better one than you picking up somebody else's child and removing them from the store. My goodness.
And then I looked down, I'm like, okay, I don't have a red shirt on, but I did have tan pants on.
I took a friend out to my secret favorite spot to go paddling this weekend.
Oh, you're letting people in.
Okay, I gave them a pep talk at the beginning, though. I was like, I will take you to a lake tomorrow that is so serene and so secluded, but you have to promise that you will never tell anyone else about it.
You have to promise to gatekeep it from everyone else. We're letting you into a secret society here.
Exactly. I really did consider giving him one of those non-disclosure agreements and being like, you have to sign this. I didn't. And
We're going to stab your thumb for blood, and you're going to sign it with that.
well, we get out there yesterday and we're like, oh, you're going to love this place. It's so good. There's never anyone else here. We pull up, there's one truck, and I was like, oh, sorry, there's someone here, but it's all right. We'll pretty much have the lake to ourselves. Well, around the corner from there, 20 other vehicles. Our secret society, I don't know who's been letting the secret out.
How many people have you let into this?
Well, I didn't recognize anyone there, so it wasn't me. That's for sure. Unless one person told someone else, and then they told everybody they knew. I couldn't believe it. Not just 20 vehicles, but we get onto my serene lake that I usually have all to myself, and there are 15 paddleboarders just out there having a great time. And I was like, what has happened to
the new
my
Gregoire
secret
Lake
spot? I know, but there's no facilities there. There's nothing. It's also like 45 minutes south of town.
Ooh, okay, you're giving little hints here.
It's for the adventurer. You kind of need a 4-wheel drive to get it. No, it's not a secret anymore.
Find a new one now. Start adventuring a little bit more.
I guess so. I don't even know where to look.
Even better.
Okay, but
even better makes the adventure in the lake that much better when you find it.
True. And if anybody has a secret lake, I'm really good at keeping
No,
secrets.
you aren't. You just let someone else in, and there was 20 people there.
But those were not my people. I didn't know them. I did not do that.
I was a VIP guest at an art show this weekend, Steph.
Well, aren't you bougie? Not just VIP, but also art show? That's like check for the fences.
No, pinky's up for sure. It was an absolute blast. Got an email. It was like Friday evening. This email comes through on the work email, and it was basically just saying, hey, there's an exclusive sculpture art exhibit, and we want you there. This is your invitation for an exclusive VIP night and special viewing of a solo art show, Maple Dreams.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
And was it dreamy?
It was very dreamy. It was very mapley and very dreamy. So not only myself, but our news anchor as well, Alex McLeod, got the invite as well. So we were texting each other. And first we were like, yo, this is very last minute. It seems like kind of scammy, kind of fishy a little bit. So then we did like our homework. And we're like, no, we think it's legit. It's real. Do we go to an art show?
And?
Yeah. First we asked, like, what's the dress code?
Yeah, you don't want to show up to a...
I never done an art thing before, to be honest.
Well, and you are like tracksuit all the time.
Yeah.
So you would want to ask the dress code for sure.
100%. And then Alex is like pretty grungy as well. And so we were just like, hey, you need to tell us how to dress because we're not really adults. We can't really just show up. And so the person was like, it's smart casual.
Smart casual, not business casual.
Yeah. Have you heard of that before?
No.
Yeah.
I have complimented people before and said you look very smart. You're dressed very smart.
I know. I don't really have, I have wedding and then I have athleisure.
Right. You don't really have casual at all, let alone smart.
Yeah, so it was very interesting. And so we figured it out. We went there, and then it was just a lovely display. Now, this person who was holding this art show downtown at the Merritt Suites, man, he's been to New York Fashion Week. He's been to like Milan Design Week. He's been to London and India Fashion Week. He's done a lot of things. Jeff Albia is his name, has hundreds of thousands of followers over on the Instagram, and he has some friends right here in Fort McMurray as well.
Wow, that's really cool. A great local local connection.
Yeah, and he's never been to Canada. His first stop was Fort McMurray.
And his art show is called Maple Dreams.
Yeah.
It sounded so Canadian, I couldn't imagine that he'd be from anywhere else.
Yeah, so very delighted that Alex and I got that VIP invite to represent, just the Mix 103.7 at the art show.
The other night we went to sell a vehicle, and I was chatting about it earlier this morning that the people didn't show up until after 1 o'clock in the morning.
Which is just wild.
Right? Like, get a hotel and come tomorrow, please.
I would like to go to bed 3 hours ago.
Anyway, when my husband and I were freaking out about, like, are they going to murder you? Like, why are they coming so late in the middle of the night? And what are we going to do? He looked out the window and discovered that the street light that always hinders our northern lights viewing had burnt out.
Oh, well, even worse. It's darker for the card trade right there.
Totally. And he was like, are you kidding me? I have considered shooting the street light out with a BB gun so many times, hoping to be able to see the northern lights better. And when I finally need it, it's not here.
Mm-hmm. But I guess the pro then is that it's not there.
That maybe we'll see the northern lights again. And that's exactly what happened. After the safe transfer of the money and the car going to its new home.
Just at like 1 a.m.
Yeah. He was like, oh, now we can see the northern lights better, at least now that I'm still alive and my heart has stopped beating so fast. And in fact, they're actually out right now.
Which is a shocker because I don't think I've seen them at all this summer or like even in the spring.
They have been so absent.
Yeah.
And so you just got to stay up really, really late into the middle of the night and
do a car deal at 1 a.m. and then maybe you'll see the lights.
And you'll just have so much adrenaline that you'll be willing to get in the car and go for a drive to somewhere darker, which we did. We went down to a secret dark spot.
Yeah, you got to gatekeep that one. You can't give it away like your last one.
But the northern lights were absolutely beautiful. They were having a little dance. It was 2 o'clock in the morning by this point, and nobody else in the city was awake. And then as we were driving home, there were a couple cars on the road, and I was like, where are you headed? The northern lights are done. Go away. Like, what are you up to out this late? Excuse me, get to bed. You know, I'm a big advocate for a magazine.
Oh, yeah. You're keeping it in stock, basically.
I just love them so much. They offer so many things. You know, there's great interviews in them. There's good how-to tips, especially my Cottage Life magazines.
Yes,
how to put the dock in, how to winterize your cottage. It's such great information. But you know what I haven't talked about in magazine form? The recipes.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Every once in a while you scroll. A lot of them are like unappealing in my opinion, though.
Really?
I just scroll by. I'm like, no.
You're not supposed to scroll by. You're flipping pages. We're talking about magazines.
Right.
Here, Sean.
Yeah. Same
You just
thing.
stroll by in the grocery store. You're like, magazine rack, don't care. That toast with avocado on it looks gross.
Yeah.
Really?
Why? Do you have a stack of like ripped out pages?
Oh yeah, I am so tempted by a great cover story of a delicious looking meal. Oh my gosh! And over the weekend, I was cleaning up some magazines, and I was like, oh, I gotta try this recipe. Oh my gosh, I forgot about it. And it got me thinking about my favorite recipe I have. That is a folded up piece of paper.
You sound like a granny right now.
Okay. It's from a magazine, but mine is printed out because a friend of mine made me dinner once about 6 years ago. It was so delicious. I said, can I have the recipe? And she said that was my exact reaction when my aunt made it for me. And she was like, my aunt ripped it out of a magazine, took a picture of it for her, and then she sent me the photo of this. And I'm like, man, this recipe is a winner. Who knows how many years it's been in circulation, and we're all just like, this is so good.
Yeah, I will say, because it's been passed down, if her aunt had it, the generations that this recipe has stuck around, that's like a telltale sign that you know it's pretty good.
Yeah, so I actually posted the recipe. I'm not gatekeeping that this morning. You can enjoy it. It's like a very quick and easy kind of mock pad thai. It doesn't have fish sauce in it, so if that's something that you like in your pad thai, sorry, maybe skip it, but it is so good. It also, one of the weirdest things about it, which I have switched, you know, you modify recipes
all the time.
It's like a healthy wise recipe, so it calls for whole wheat spaghetti.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, you can't have pad thai without rice noodles, so that's That's another thing I switch out. But I put all my mods in the post, so you can go check our socials and see this wonderful.
I'll tell you how to reach today's audience. You do Cook With Me on TikTok, and you spread it to a whole, because I think that's the modern way of how you get recipes now. You see someone baking a delicious meal on the TikTok machine.
I'm going to be honest, I did make a TikTok recipe last night. It was like a garlic sausage orzo. No, I made the recipe in real life. A TikTok influencer.
Damn.
Yeah, so you're right. Maybe I should make a Cook With Me of this delicious
This was passed down generations from generations, and now I'm bringing it to you.
Here you go, everyone. I've got a question. It might be a bit of an invention. I'm not sure yet. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Friday we get some pictures of some alleged criminals who apparently stole $10,000 worth of gas.
Yeah, I read about that.
Yeah, and you could see that they had about 20 jerry cans on the back of their side by side. That was also their truck and their SUV, and they're filling them all up. Mm-hmm. And you could see that in the picture. You could see the license plate clearly. Their faces, on the other hand, hard to make out.
So grainy.
I don't know if I know that person.
Yeah, and I think I know where you're going with this. Like doorbells, right?
Doorbell cams, exactly.
So
Those
HD.
are so HD. They go straight to your phone. You can post videos of them, and people are like, ha, 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 that's so funny that you fell on your own doorbell cam type thing. Yeah. Like, it's great quality. Why are security cameras still not?
Yeah, why haven't you upgraded there has to be HD security cameras now.
And is it just that maybe they're too high on a residential or a commercial building instead of residential, where our houses are only as tall as us type thing compared to perhaps a gas station is taller? So we're looking at the bird's eye view down. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how come.
Especially if you're trying to protect your business and everything. You'd be like, well, let's catch these people so they never rob us again.
Yes. But I don't know that it's the business's fault, because I feel like it's every single business never has a clear picture of the thief. So is it the security camera companies, the ones that make them, that are just not putting the right lenses in there?
Well, I got to think there has to be HD ones out there now. It has to be a thing.
They're just expensive.
Yeah, they're just not upgrading. Our old ones still work. We've never been robbed before. And then all of a sudden you do, and you're like, damn.
Now
wish we didn't have that 1990 security camera footage still going and rolling.
Well, now I've been robbed, and I got to pay for the fact that I'm missing all these items, and I got to upgrade my security camera. It's
just put ring cameras on every pump.
Oh, there you go. Kind of like a Canadian Tire. It's very HD when they're filming you. I'm always like, oh, this is kind of like a mirror. Oh, shoot, I've got something in my teeth.
Yeah, when you're at the cashier and you're just checking yourself out.
Yeah, totally.
There we go. See, we just had to get the ball rolling a little bit.
Yeah, we know what's going on. A suggestion to all.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.